I am alive and it is fantastic to be alive. Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel today. We are going to be checking out Umbra, which means, obviously, this will contain some spoilers of the quest, at least anything Umbra related or what he's capable of. So if you have not played the sacrifice yet, go ahead and click away from this video if you want, but I will not be talking about the lore whatsoever, just about Umbra himself, reviewing him and comparing him to the original Excalibur and telling you guys what I think. So, looks-wise, he's freaking beast. I absolutely love his alternate helmet that you get for beating the quest, which has the crack in it. He has a lot of cool detail going on in his face. Oh, look at that. That just looks sick. It is insanely cool to think about. Like, the fact that, you know, when you wonder, oh, Warframes don't have any eyes, how do they see or whatever, to know that, like, it's just mutation that grows, like, over, like, he still has eyeballs in his head, they're just not needed, which is made clear also by the paleness in his eyes, that maybe he can't quite see well with them or doesn't need them to see at all, which is super cool. But the fact that it's still there just makes it so human and relatable. I absolutely love that. So visually speaking, Excalibur Umbra is really cool. His scarf also has a lot more physics to it than your standard capes do. So as you can see, it behaves far more just sort of floaty and different than my cape, and I really enjoy that. Very cool. It's a small touch, but it is very awesome. I also love the rings that he has on his arms. They look great with his Exalted Blade out, which is also a much more curvy and crescent-shaped blade with all these sharp, jagged edges and turns on it. Really digging his Exalted Blade here. It is much more of an actual physical weapon, and it is super cool to look at. But enough of that. Let's go into what makes Excalibur Umbra special. So, if I go to abilities here, a lot of his abilities, to be honest, functionality-wise, they're pretty much like regular Excalibur, but they are in fact different. Radial Howl is a great example. Instead of blinding enemies, you let out this like scream of anger and it stuns enemies around you just like Blind Rage does. But where this is special is it causes sentience to shed any built up resistances. Oh my gosh, that is so freaking cool. I cannot even begin to describe how cool that is, and I'll tell you why. Hang on, let me go ahead and demonstrate it for you. Oh, that's so freaking awesome. I just remember, oh, that's so cool. I remember when I first started playing as him, and I'm like, wait, does he just, like, let out a super angry scream every time you do Radial Blind? And yes, he does. It's so awesome. I love the way it sounds and the aesthetic of it. It just looks so cool. And the reason it's so cool that it's effective against sentience is because Excalibur was already amazing at killing sentience by blinding them and then finishing them off with melee damage or whatever else you have. The reason this is exciting and cool is because instead of like, oh, Excalibur's way too good at killing sentience and nerfing it, they took his Umbral form and they made him even better at that, which is beyond cool. I'm excited to see what they do for the other Umbral Warframes, if we even get any. It's very exciting and unique. And then on top of that, let me go into my arsenal for some of the more mind-blowing stuff. So we'll just talk about base stats for starters. But if you compare him to the original Excalibur, oh god, I was trying to Corpus get up, and that is not attractive. Just ignore that. Umbra Excalibur does in fact have more energy and more armor, which is actually really nice when you pair that with my next point. He comes with frickin' Umbral Mods. Yeah. Umbral Mods, which are pretty much the equivalent of Prime Mods, only they're even stronger when you pair them together. For example, let me unequip my Umbral Vitality. Let me go back onto him just so it's at the top of my list here. Here we go. 500% health. Where's this one at? Okay, the normal Vitality mod only goes to 440%. This one's not even maxed out, and it's at 500, so I think that means it'll get to 540 or 520, somewhere around there. But when you combine Umbral mods of the same group, these being Tau Resist, together, it increases the strength of the mod significantly. So when I put my Umbral Vitality up here, 700% health. Holy crap. That is so freaking cool. Oh my goodness. So obviously you get Umbral Intensify, which is power strength, Umbral Fiber, which is armor, and Umbral Vitality, which is health. Like 3 of the top mods I possibly could have wanted, and he even comes polarized to equip them. You can't get much better than that. So obviously this isn't a completed build yet, but I'm really happy with it. This allows your Excalibur to get easily over 1,000 health and near 1,000 armor. I can only imagine once I max out all of these Umbral mods how powerful he's going to be. Super cool. Absolutely nothing bad to say about that. So yeah, a lot of his powers are still the same. He still slams his sword on the ground. He's still got the Exalted Blade. I don't think there was anything special about his summon a sword of pure power. No, he does deal extra damage to sentience, but I think I'm thinking of the Umbral melee mods that he also came with, which I will probably cover in a separate video and test their effectiveness. So yeah, very, very nice. Very cool to get him as our first Umbra frame, especially now that Exalted Blades are separately moddable, because I have my Excalibur to be tanky with a crit Berserker build melee weapon usually, and then I will have a healing return elemental build on my Exalted Blade to kind of reverse the roles. I don't need my Exalted Blade to kill things. I have really OP and fun builds I like to use, so I'll bring one of my high damage OP melee weapons. But then if I'm struggling health-wise or I'm taking a lot of damage, I'll bust out my Exalted Blade, slash some people up, and it heals me every time I hit them with it, and it's super cool. So, Umbra Excalibur is honestly super exciting. I am enjoying him a lot, and obviously no spoilers to the quest, but because of how you get him, I really enjoy using him. It feels personal using him. It's really cool because you almost feel like you have a history with Umbra, like you guys went through something together, and that is awesome to me. Oh, and on top of that, he displays sentience and follows you around and will fight for you. While you are in operator form, he will in fact use powers at a very good rate, and he will even use the guns and weapons that you have equipped, which causes him to kick quite a bit of ass and is just a really nice touch. I wish this would be for all Umbra Warframes. I really hope it is, because that's a really cool trend. I think all Warframes should just have that, honestly. But the good news is he still comes with his normal Excalibur passive, which is, I have nunchucks right now because I was testing a Riven on him, which is you attack faster and deal more damage with single-handed swords. So honestly, he's fantastic. As soon as you guys can do this quest, I would. You get Umbra for free just for doing it, and he's kind of a badass. Spoiler alert. So, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for checking it out, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, everybody.